Hey guys, how's it going? Mike Matuz here with TrepTalk. Welcome to our first inaugural episode. I'm here with Marty O'Connor, my special guest and very good friend. TrepTalk aims at focusing on interviewing real entrepreneurs, real talk of people that have been there, done that, and still doing it. And so what we want to focus with this YouTube channel is bringing you real entrepreneurial insights from people that can help you either start, grow, or save your business. So before I get going, I want to welcome my good friend Marty, right?
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us. And first, tell us your story. Tell us everything that you've done, and then why entrepreneurship holds such a near and dear place to your heart. And then we can get kind of in the nitty gritty strategy and he's a very smart dude. He's got a really humble guy, but once we start to get into the meat of the conversation, this guy is like a business aficionado. See, that's a big word.
Oh, good. Thanks, man. Well, yeah, I guess my journey to entrepreneurship really started back in 2012. I'd taken a spill down a staircase and suffered a spinal cord injury and was paralyzed from the neck down. And for the next 2 years, I dedicated myself to physical therapy 5 days a week, hammering it out, and I was doing pretty well with it, but I still needed more. I needed that mental challenge, so decided to add some professional value to myself and go back to school. So I'm at Chapman University right now getting my MBA, and it was through that MBA program that I got hooked up with you and the Chapman 50 program, and I've really benefited from that mentorship program because I didn't really have a direction. I wanted to get back to work. I wanted to do something with my life, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have had that direction. So I think what you did for me, was you really kind of narrowed my focus and you kind of saw me as almost like a blank canvas, and saw like the strengths that because really I didn't really have a direction. So I think you saw the strengths in me that I can use in entrepreneurship and what directions I can go. And man, I'm taking off right now and things are going well.
Cool. We talked about this if you're tuning in today on Tuesday. Yesterday on Motivation Monday, we talked about finding your signature. There's a lot of talented people in this world, and Marty is definitely one of them. The problem being is that there's so many things we could do, but should we focus on this versus that?
Right.
And I had the opportunity to start coaching Marty when we both are alumni of Chapman University. He's in the MBA program. We got hooked up through a couple mutual friends, and I started working with him and just coaching him, just really listening. I mean, I've learned just as much from Marty as he says he's learned from me, and really helping him understand what his critical value, what his essential vital few functions are. I think this guy should be selling out stadiums like Tony Robbins, with like the story and the motivation and just the overall context of what he's able to overcome and still keep going is huge. One of the things that I wanted to discuss today while we're sitting here is what you're doing with this new venture that you last time we spoke.
Yeah, absolutely. So my college roommate, him and I were on the snowboard team together at University of Colorado at Boulder, and we had gotten reconnected a few months back, and we started talking about what he's up to, what I've been doing, and he communicated that he's starting this venture, and it was crazy because we both had the same vision, the same idea, and what it is, it's an action sports and entertainment facility that's going to be in LA County. And what we do is we utilize the values you learn from action sports, whether it be surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding, all about really like the individuality, the motivation, the determination, everything you can get, and use that, to somehow empower the individual. Mm-hmm. And what we do also is we offer entrepreneurship and mentorship training there. And so if we can take these kids, get them to learn all these values and then take them back into their communities, they can start making some real change. So what I'm going to be doing for them is I'm going to be heading up business development and or strategy. It's also kind of still to be determined, but that's the focus at this point. And man, it's something I'm really looking forward to. and I should be heading that up after May.
Yeah. So in addition to like to kind of joint venturing with them as a consultant, you know, as a spokesperson, as a mentor, what is it that you're focused on with now? It's your last semester going into you're graduating in May from the MBA program, right? And there's a business in the mix.
Yeah.
There's a project we're doing. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So in my entrepreneurship class, it's called From Idea to Business. I thought I would, take advantage of that opportunity and, create my personal brand.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm working on using the adversities that I've dealt with to try and help others. Kind of trying to communicate that and communicate, the things that I've learned, the perspective I've gained, and see where that goes. I think speaking and or consulting, motivation can be, a good driver of people and, a good way for me to, communicate the things that I've learned, over this crazy process.
Yeah. I mean, your story is unique, and it's definitely like something that I think a lot of people can draw insight from, can gain experience, and really help them no matter what. I mean, wherever you're at, like just what you've been able to accomplish is pretty remarkable.
Appreciate that.
One last question, and I always this was something when I interview people, I always ask. I always say that if you're going to look at your specific industry, like I started in fitness, like you started in action sports, like if you look at your industry, most of the time, what you realize is if you're just staying within your industry, you're already at or behind the status quo. You need to really go outside of the box, look at different experiences, look at different industries, look at different people. So, outside the box, what's the biggest influence on you, on your business, on your mindset, on how you think about entrepreneurship that's really influenced like ideas that you brought back to the table when you're dealing like in your sphere of influence, in your specialty, your core competency?
Man, it's hard not to look, inside for that, because I think the one thing I've learned from this whole process is that life's going to throw you curveballs, and if you're not well-rounded, you're going to get swallowed up by it. So, I mean, I've, time after time had to train myself in different areas. So I'm doing entrepreneurship and marketing. I'm looking at this joint venture, and then I'm also looking at my personal brand, because things can change in 1 second, especially in entrepreneurship. You can get swallowed up in a second, the project can be killed, and then you're dead, and
Sure.
if I don't have, it's not even a backup plan, just have something else going, then, I just want to be ready no matter what. So I just say, using the adversities and the curveballs that life that come at you in life, and being able to use those to prepare yourself for the future is the best thing we can do. So, I think that's about it.
Big time. I was my book, Entrepreneur Playbook, the focus is your adversity is your advantage.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the only way you get stronger in life is being challenged, no matter what. Everything you do. It's the sunshine and rainbows aren't training you for the next day.
It's not, right?
No, you only get stronger when
Success is a horrible teacher.
Absolutely, right? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to meet with us today.
Appreciate it.
I definitely want to have you back, since you're the first guest in this inaugural episode. Plus, I know that you are graduating this May, so the next 6 months are really gonna see a lot of change and a lot of great things for you. So I want to thank you for being here today. Thank you for taking the time to share your insight.
Of course.
Check us every single Tuesday, TrepTalk. We focus on real entrepreneurs, real stories, people that have been there, done that, and doing it. Thanks a lot, guys.